The district collector. The district collector is the overall in charge of administration in a district. He also supervises the functioning of the Panchayati Raj institution. So, the district collector is responsible for the administration in a district. He also supervises whether the Panchayati Raj system is doing their work properly or not. He supervises the election to these local bodies and makes sure that elections are held in a free and fair manner. So the district collector will look after whether the election, especially at the local bodies, are done in a free or fair manner or not. He can also send a report to the state government if he feels that the Panchayati Raj bodies are not working properly. So the district collector, he can send a report to the state government if he feels that the people who belong to the Panchayati Raj, they are not doing their work properly. For the smooth administration of a district, it is important that the local bodies as well as the government personnel work in close cooperation. Only then proper developmental activities can take place in a district. So in order to run the administration at a district level in a smooth way, it is important that the local body, that is the Panchayati Raj system, work together with the government officers so that they can have a healthy relation and hence more development can take place in a district. Next is judicial administration. There is a framework for providing judicial administration in our district. In each district, there are civil courts and criminal courts. So, in order to give justice to the people, there, especially in a district, there are two types of court. That is, one is civil court, another one is criminal courts. The district judge is in charge of the civil court, while the court of the session judge is the highest court for criminal cases. Assistant session judge, chief judicial magistrate, and metropolitan magistrate are the other important judicial officers in a district. So these are the different types of judges which are present at a district level. A session court in a district. Last topic of the chapter, the new inheritance law, an important milestone. In 2005, the Hindu Succession Amendment Act was passed. This law gives son, mother, and daughter equal share in land property. So, according to the act which was passed in 2005, this law gives the son, mother, and the daughter equal share in a property. Okay, in the past, a woman did not have any right over the parents property. So before the 2005, the woman or a girl child did not have a share or a right over the parents property. In the field of agriculture, even though a woman worked in the field, after the death of her father, the land would be divided only among the brothers, that is son of the deceased person. So especially in the field of agriculture, the woman also worked in the field, but after the death of her father, the land was divided among her brother, that is the only son. The act also gives married as well as unmarried women the right to reside in their parents' house. So with the help of this act, it also gives the married woman or the unmarried woman that they have the right to live in their parents' house legally. The law passed in 2005 entitles women to equal rights over ancestral property. So, with the help of this act, the women got the equal right share over the parents' property as same like as the son. This law is historic in some respect. To start with, its aim to ensure that women will no longer be forced to live as dependent on the male members of their family. So, why this act was passed? So that the women no longer they need to forcefully live with the male member of their family. They can dependent upon the properties which are of her parents. Instead, they will have same share in their paternal property as their male sibling. This is so unlike the traditional practice of women subordination in their family. It is a significant step towards ensuring equality in the society. So, what is the main aim of this act? It is to provide equality to the woman in the society and to give equal share in the property of the parents, same like the son. So this is a step through which the government, that is the Indian government, had tried to bring equality in the society. And with this, we end the chapter.